You're listening to the Dave Canning Sports Show. Here's your host, the voice, Dave Canning.
Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my house. Welcome to the Dave Cave, and most importantly, welcome back to another episode of the Dave Canning Sports Show. I am your host, as always, the voice, Dave Canning, and today is a very special day for me personally because today, 8 years ago today, in fact, May 5th, 2010, I called my very first game for Walter Panas High School, a game between the Lakeland Panas Rebels against the Mahopac Indians. I don't remember the final score. Unfortunately, I know that the Rebels were victorious in that game. I know Kat Lee of Mahopac was the first goal scorer that I ever announced, and from there it was all history. I was given a copy of a sportsmanship read that I had to say before the game, and a CD of the national with the national anthem on it, and from everything since that. Has been made up off the top of my head for the past 8 years. And here we are, over 600 games called later, and I still love my job more than anything. But more importantly, the whole point of this video today is to simply say thank you. I have so many people I could thank, but this video would go on forever, and it'd be another 8 years into the future. I'd like to start by thanking John Augusta. He was the athletic director for Panas back in 2010 at the time. I got in contact with him, and I simply started by wanting to do basketball. Basketball was one of the main sports I was involved with as a student during my time there at Walter Panas, and I reached out to him in late April and said, hey, I'm trying to get into this career of announcing, and I was wondering if I could, possibly do your basketball games. He got back to me, and we started off May 5th with lacrosse. So to Mr. Augusta, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I also wanted to thank Sean Sullivan, former boys basketball coach at Panas, soccer coach, teacher there, because it was Sully that I originally reached out to about potentially doing the basketball games, and he's the one that put me in contact with John Augusta. So without Sully, I wouldn't have known who to speak to, and might not be making this video today. I also want to thank Matt Evangelista. In 2010, or not 2010, excuse me, 2004, I believe it was, or 2003, I can't even remember. It was 2003. I tried out for the JV boys basketball team that Coach Evangelista was obviously the coach for, and unfortunately got cut, but he taught me a very valuable lesson about sports, and that is just because you're not playing doesn't mean that you cannot still be involved somehow. There's so many jobs in sports, whether it be a broadcaster, a physical therapist, assistant coach, or there's so many things that go into making a sporting event go smoothly that you can't even begin to fathom it. Just not the athletes on the court. There's so many other people. So thank you to Coach Evangelista for teaching me that valuable lesson. To all the student athletes whose games I've called over the past 8 years, thank you. Without you playing, without you practicing, working hard on and off the field to make yourselves better and to make such great athletes of yourself and great young men and women at that, I have nothing to announce. If you guys aren't on that field, I've got nothing to say. So thank you for all your support over the years. And also thank you to the student athletes' parents. Without you guys driving your kids to practices and games and coming out and support, I've got nobody to announce for. You guys are the people that show up in the rain, in the snow, on sunny days and cloudy days, good days and bad, losing or winning, it doesn't matter. You guys are there to support your kids. Therefore, I feel that it's even more important for me to put on a great show for you guys and to give you my all, because your kids are giving their all on the field and you're giving your all as supporters to the Walter Panas Athletic Program. So thank you to the parents for coming out. And I'd also like to thank everyone who has supported this crazy dream of mine to somehow make it as a major league level professional sports broadcaster. There is such a slim chance that this dream could ever come true. But the fact that I can say I got paid to watch sports at one point in my life, regardless of what comes of this, regardless of if I never call another game again, which I can't because I do have 3 games next week. But the fact that I got to do something like this has got to be one of the coolest things I can ever imagine. I can literally say I was paid to watch so many different sports, and I did so many things over the last 8 years. So many crazy things. I've announced buzzer beaters, overtime thrillers, shootouts, so many classics. I've announced an international game between Panas and a Canadian school in Seaquam this past fall. How awesome was that? I've gotten inducted so many of my friends into the Walter Panas Hall of Fame. I've had teams that I've called games for that have gone on to win the state championship and so many other accolades, and I've gotten to be a part of these great moments in Panas sports history that I'm the narrator of. And it's just awesome that when we look back at these games, that I will have had a small piece of myself in those games, and it's just so awesome. So to everyone that has supported me and, in any way, whether, so many people say thank you to me when I'm leaving games. And my response to them is always thank you. Because like I said, without the students playing, I've got nothing to call. Without the parents and the fans in the stands, I've got no one to call the games for. Without everyone supporting me, there's no way I'm here today, folks, doing what I love to do. Calling games, making crazy YouTube videos, and I love it. So simply put, thank you to everyone who is behind me, who's ever had a kind word to say to me, to everyone that likes my videos on YouTube, to everyone that follows me on Twitter and all that jazz. Thank you so much. This has been 8 of the craziest years of my life, but the one constant has always been Walter Panas. I love the school. I will always love that school. I will always support that school, no matter what I do in life. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your support over the last 8 years and however far into the future we take this. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And that is going to do it for this episode of the Dave Canning Sports Show, my giant thank you speech. Don't forget to like me on Facebook.com/DaveCTheVoice. Follow me on Twitter @DaveCTheVoice. Make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel down below. And most importantly, don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone, and God bless America.
Welcome to my house, baby, take control now.